There's more speculation that the G20 Summit may be held in Toronto. A report in Wednesday's Globe and Mail suggested that Muskoka simply cannot accommodate all 20 world leaders their entourage and security anticipated. The article suggests that Prime Minister Harper will make the official announcement in just a few weeks. Meanwhile, the report also states that MP Tony Clement is not throwing in the towel just yet. A spokesperson for Clement says they're still examining the feasibility of hosting the G20 in Muskoka. Huntsville Mayor Claude Doughty was inundated with media calls from across the country on Wednesday as the story broke. He tells TV Kojiko News he hasn't heard anything official from the federal government.
I'm cautiously optimistic it'll be here, but that hasn't been confirmed, and obviously there are other options they're looking at. Well, and Minister Clement did say, you know, the analogy of the square peg and fitting in the round hole. It just you know, the G20 is just not an extra few people. It's, you know, it's several times bigger event in terms of actual the number of people who are at the meeting table, for example. You know, now you have with G20, you have ministers of finance, not just the leaders per se. The delegations get much larger. You know, it's a much bigger event. Requires a lot more organization, and perhaps you know, the lead countries that are coming can get by with little smaller delegations, and we can all be happy in Huntsville ever after. It's a struggle. I mean, I've heard, you know, some of the folks in Huntsville are saying, you know what, 3 days for G8 is all we need. You know, we don't need the added. But I think the Canadian taxpayer deserves to have those costs that are, you know, put together for the security amortized over both events. I can't for a moment imagine how they would, knowing what security planning has gone on with us here in Huntsville for the 8, how they could, you know, virtually do the same thing, you know, for wherever else the G20 might be almost concurrently, I think would be really difficult. So I think the better place for it's right here.